It's nice. It almost feels normal, Frank. You and I chatting. It's almost nice.
Yeah, except we're not in a car.
We're not in a car or at Bobby Flay's or just somewhere or getting away from stuff. We're stuck in houses, but.
Can we have a moment for Bobby Flay's at Mohegan Sun?
It's done. We got one good meal in.
It's cooked like me. It's cooked. It's over.
If you had to ask me in our prime of eating there, what would have lasted longer, your life or Bobby Flay's being open in there? I would have said Bobby Flay's.
Bobby Flay. I mean, with a heartbeat. I would have bet my life on it. Oh, shit.
It was your life. It was you. But it's gone. So now I guess what we have looked forward to is when things open up again and we start putting on those shows, which, by the way, I don't know. I miss doing comedy, but I don't know how much I miss our bringer shows. I miss our time together, but I don't know if I miss dealing with the.
But you got stage time to a semi-audience.
I didn't need it. It was an open mic. I mean, I like hanging out with you, and I liked doing the show because we had a thing there. It was fun. But if you thought the bringer comics were going to be delusional before, now, since they've survived COVID and the quarantine, and now they're the hero. They're going to talk about all the crazy issues and the protests and the rioting, and these stupid people with no idea to form an opinion, or now their friends are going to sit there and bringer shows before where you're dragging out your family, your loved ones, people that kind of knew you. They felt like owed you something. They're dead.
They're dead.
But the people they're going to get to come out now are going to be fucking Looney Tunes. And now those are the people that are going to come out, and we're not going to be able to mix them in with good people because they're going to cut the percentage of people in half. So they're only going to let in the bringer people. They're probably not even going to let in the walk-ins because they only can do 25, 35%. Not that we were killing it with numbers, but they're not going to go full capacity. I know maybe they're saying by July, whatever they will, but no. We're all going to get sick. I don't think we've ever.
No.
I don't think we were ever all really sick. I'm really starting to believe that this is basically fake. But at the same time, if they're going to, how do you stop everybody from throwing rocks and beating people and being stupid? Put them back inside. You've been bad. Go back in timeout. They're going to say we're all sick. Why? Because everybody stopped COVIDing and started rioting, got really close. You can wear a mask when you're 2 feet apart and you're stepping on people's heads and throwing rocks at folks and protesting and chanting out that certain lives matter and certain lives don't. It's going to get you sick again if you believe in this sickness. Right?
I think there is something out there. I mean, I've had 5 people that I know get it, and one was serious with it.
Right. Yes, there's a virus that's out there, but there's always viruses out there. And people that you know that are fucking old are always going to get them.
No, they weren't that old. I mean, 3 of them were in their 30s.
Yeah, but do they have compromised immune systems? Were they pussies, in other words?
No.
Can't breathe.
No,
I'm having trouble. I get the sniffles. Well, fucking go outside more.
You got the sniffles?
I never get the sniffles.
I'm leaving.
Nice. Get that toilet paper. I like that you got green screen. I do appreciate that you got green screen on there.
I get confused easily, and all I know, 3 weeks ago, they were protesting the cities weren't open, and people were marching to that.
Yes.
I mean, it just totally flipped. I mean, everything. The virus is no longer in play. Don't you listen to the president? It's over. We could go out there and socialize. I can't wait for the pools to open up so I could jump in a pool.
I think that everybody got excited about the chance of coming back out. And they're like, well, if they're going to get excited about coming back out, that means that it's getting better.
Over.
Well, it's getting better. So therefore, if it's getting better under Trump, then therefore Trump, even though you might not like how he did it, he got us through it. And then the other side was like, well, we can't have him get us through it. We got to divide these motherfuckers. So essential, non-essential didn't work. We tried to make 2 classes. We tried to tell you that you either matter or you don't. But in a weird way, the people that didn't, quote unquote, matter, most of them had money and could take the time and would pander to the ones that supposedly mattered. And all of a sudden, the meat packer is a fucking hero, but no one gives a fuck about him for real. You don't really think he matters. You don't give a shit about the guy who sells pickles. You don't care about the plumber. You don't care about any of that shit. But you're saying you do. So all of a sudden, they became a little cocky and said they were heroes. And they're like, wait a minute, now they're starting to get balls. We were supposed to like make them work hard and bow down to us. That didn't work. So what do? Let's divide them up. Let's do it a new way. Let's push the cops a little harder. Let's go this way. And then the answer is to fucking protest by throwing shit. How's that going to work? Protests never work. You have to talk about shit. Throwing. Oh, so your plan is to tell the cops that they are wrong, is to therefore make them work double. That'll make them happy because now they have to not only do their regular
double
time.
They have
to do their regular cop job. Now they got to show up at your protest and be there knowing you hate them for a thing that they didn't even do, 99% of them, and you're going to be mad at. Now, listen, are there asshole cops? Yeah. Are there asshole everybody? Yeah. You and I are asshole comics. There's assholes in every job. I understand that. But at the same time, if you think I'm an asshole, you can stand outside my house and scream and yell. It's just going to make me more of an asshole. Or you can find one person in your group who can calm themselves down, who can be rational, and talk with me. Hey, Pat, we don't like how you're doing it. Maybe you got to find a new approach. If you can't find a new approach, maybe we won't give you gigs anymore because therefore you're not doing what we need you to do. Someone should talk to higher up, someone who's smarter than you and me. I can't fucking talk like this. I couldn't do it. I would yell. But someone else should turn to them and say, hey, listen, the way you're training cops now, the people you're taking on to be cops now, the people that want those jobs, because it's not a respected job, it's got a hatred to it. So the people that are taking it on are coming in with this me against the world fucking attitude. And the way we're having to deal with it, they're not training as well. You need to change the way you filter the people you hire. You need to change the way that you that you train. You need to change the way you have incentives. So, hey, the less things you do bad, the things you do more, the more ways you solve problems with your mind and you're talking instead of like with your guns and stuff, the more you elevate up, more money you make. Maybe we need to do that approach so these things don't happen. But no, instead we're like, we'll show you, we'll do more crime. It's like, you're not showing anyone.
Pat, it doesn't matter. The world is fucked up.
Whoa, Frank. Matter. You can't say anything doesn't matter. Everything matters, remember? Everything matters.
The world matters. It's screwed up.
No, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
Frank, doesn't matter.
It's a giant fuck up right now.
Nothing matters, though. It's always been a giant fuck up. The world's always sucked. Why is it now that we're all like, I want to control everything? Just fucking stay in your lane. If you are smart, if you're well-spoken, if you have the ability to speak with certain people, you do it. If not, support. I can support them. Hey, listen, good job, good meeting, way to go. But just go out there, just 99. There was a protest. I noticed down near your house too. There was a protest yesterday near my house. Derby, Shelton, okay? Nothing's happening. No one from there, nothing's happening. It's just a bunch of people who want to take a walk on the hottest fucking day we've had this year because they're not even smart enough to look at the weather report first. To go out there. I was coming home from work. I worked in the morning. My boss said to me, do you want to leave half an hour early? Because I know you run home that way. It might be a tough thing. And I ran home because I know I look like somebody who might kneel on a neck. I can't help it. That's what my face looks like. I can't help this what my head is. But I have that look like maybe I'll throw a rock at him. He's probably an undercover cop. So I ran faster home to get home from it. Now, I'm sure it was peaceful. I'm sure it was good. What the fuck? A bunch of white people out there holding up a white fist saying black power. It's weird. No one even knows. We don't know how to wear masks. We don't know how to fucking protest. Nobody knows what they're doing, but they're all trying to do shit. It's stupid.
Yeah, but you got to realize something, what we've been through. Okay, we started in this year, we started dealing with an impeachment. Then we got the sense that
which
there
was
is
stupid.
something
And that's
out
another
there.
way just to divide. That was stupid.
You're right.
Too.
Everything is a divisional concept. What's happening? Then you got the concept of the virus. Then it became an epidemic. Then you became police brutality. They all have their 2 weeks in the sun. in the spotlight. Something's going to happen. I guarantee you something's going to happen in the next month that we're going to forget about all this other stuff and dwell on that. And we'll get upset about that. And we'll get involved with that. That's the way America is right now. It's a divisional country that has to find something to be mad at. And they'll find something.
It almost feels like you know how sometimes you hear about a movie being made and then halfway through that director leaves it, so they bring in someone else, and you're like, oh, I can see the direction change. It's like somebody was making this movie, and they were doing this like kind of like drawn out suspense thriller where okay, somebody eats a bat and therefore that changes the world, and the whole world's kind of put in timeout. Nobody can really work. And are they going to be okay being stuck inside? Can we make people be away from each other? They're like, where is this go? Where's the action? And the director is like, well, it's not an action movie. It's more of a drama piece. And he's like, well, no. We need John Woo. Get in here. And then John Woo comes in and goes, we need riots. We need to step on a neck. We need explosions. And all. It's like, now we're trying to get the crazy ending to this movie where it makes no fucking sense. So when it's all over, yeah, we're going to need that new thing to get us next. Because they're like, how do we get out of this? Are there going to be Transformers next? What's going to happen next? I don't know, but there's going to be something that has to end this one. What's going to be the next move? It's going to be something crazy. And it's going to stop you and me from going to fucking the casino and eating a dinner. We're not going to be able to. July, it will change. If they're rioting, they're going to go play. It's going to, listen, I'm working in a retail store now. I'm seeing people every day. Most people are just going about their lives. You can see there's two kinds of people in the world. The ones who are going out almost every day and just like, I know I have to wear a mask, but whatever, it's normal life. Or the people who are going outside for the first time, and those are the frightening ones. The ones who are listening to all the scary, oh my God, I'm in a store. They might riot the store. Who's they? The protesters, quote unquote, which means just black people or young white kids. And like, they're going to come get us. And I haven't been outside in a month. I don't know how to talk to people, so I'm just going to yell at them, and I'm just going to be weird. And they're the ones you're more worried about. The people that should have been inside should have been sick people. The ones that weren't, stay outside. Like everything else in the world. When you were a kid, especially probably, but when I was a kid too, if one kid in your classroom got sick, you knew that whole class was going to have the flu. At one point, chicken pox, whatever. It just ran through the system. We all went through it, and then we all got better. And then none of us got it again because we all went through it. Same thing with this virus. Now, I don't think I'm not like Chris Cuomo where it's like, hey, just stretch and work your core and COVID will go away. No, you never had it, you fucking asshole. You were lying because you're like, my brother's popularity is good. Let me get a rub off that. How can that work? Oh, I have COVID for a day. But I did yoga and now I'm better. No, it's a virus. It runs through people differently. You might have had it at one point. You weren't feeling good in December. I wasn't feeling bad. But I know people that weren't feeling good. We might have all had it before we knew about it, and it ran through our systems. But you and I were exposed to a lot of people all the time. You were out doing it, even going to the casino, being around all that kind of germ and cesspool, being outside all the time. I run all the time. I'm out there. My body's used to it. I never get sick. But you keep me inside for 2 fucking months, then my immune system's going to break down. I'm going to get weaker, and then I'm going to be susceptible. It's the stupidest game plan in the world.
Yeah. Well, it affects everybody differently. That's the way it affects you. You know how it affected me? I got stuck for 3 months in a home with a 101-year-old man.
Well, to be clear, so people don't know, in your own home. You're old enough where it sounds like in a home. It means like someone put you there.
Be a home.
And you weren't stuck with a 101-year-old man. It's your father-in-law.
My father-in-law. He's 101, God bless him. He's been with us a year. But the last 3 months, it's been him and I together 24/7. The best thing that I've done is perfected how to repeat myself every 5 minutes without being stale. I know how to say the same thing every 5 minutes, 10 times in a row.
And you know what, Frank? You needed that for your comedy career. Because a lot of times you'd repeat it and it'd be like, you'd feel like it's a little bit stale because you're like reciting it. But no, listen, any there's the deal. Hey, you young comics at home, we're like, well, I can't go to open mics. How do I work on my act? I want it to be crisp when I come back. Go find a 101-year-old man, bring him into your home, and then just keep talking to him. Do the same act. You can do your act to him. He won't remember, and that's fine.
Oh, absolutely not. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Do you remember your act?
Well, I'm developing some new stuff with him. And
No,
the great thing is that
but real quick, do you remember your act?
yeah,
If I said to you right now, do your act, could you do it without looking at it, without writing it down, without all that?
Yeah, it's so embedded in my mind, I could do it.
See, I was working on so much new shit in my old shit, whatever.
Right.
I really don't even know where I'd start. I know I can go up there and make some things up and have fun.
Right.
But right now, I'm starting to write new stuff. But if I got hired today to do something tomorrow, I'd be like, I probably need next week. I could pull it off. If you told me to do live comedy tomorrow, I'd make sure I'm ready because I miss live comedy.
Right.
If you asked me to do a Zoom thing, I would still say no. But I would try to do it. But right now, I don't want to go in the direction I was going in before. I'm not that person anymore. B, I know it wouldn't tell it right. And C, I really don't remember a lot of it. There was a lot of fucking bullshit in my jokes. I got to remember a lot of stuff.
Right.
I
can't wait. I'm edgy. I want to get out there. Sam gave me so much new material that I'm trying to work with now. I mean, it really is. He's not trying to be funny, but a 101-year-old man is funny when he has a little sense of humor going on.
Yeah.
I mean, not last night. This actually happened. I tell him last night before he went to bed, Sam, tomorrow morning we're going to take a shower. And I have to help him with that. He's 101. So I realized as I was saying that you never tell him what you're doing tomorrow because he will be anxious and he will be up all night waiting to do it.
So he'll remember that.
He'll remember that. That's the only thing he remembers, that he's got to do this. So 8 o'clock he went to bed, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. He comes into the living room and he says, are you ready? And I said, for what? He says, to take the shower. I said, it's still yesterday. That's the way I have to talk to him. I have to talk to him like tonight is yesterday. He says, it's still yesterday? I said, yes, go back to sleep. Or he goes back to sleep. I go in at 12 o'clock. I'm tired. I hit the sack, immediately go out. At 1 o'clock, somebody's tapping me on my shoulder. I look up at Sam, totally dressed. Totally. He's even got a sweater on.
Yeah.
And he says, you ready? I said, for what? He says, to take the shower. We had to go to take the shower. So that meant he had to get dressed. So now I had to put him back to bed again. So this is what it's like living with a 101-year-old.
Yeah, see, Frank, you never experienced having a toddler.
No, I never had kids.
But you do. You do. You just don't realize it, but you do.
Now I do. Yes,
that's exactly what they're like. They get up, and I used to tell my kids when they were little how many sleeps till we did something. Oh, we're going to go to the park. When do we go to the park? They didn't know calendars. How many? 3 sleeps. And they go, oh, okay. But then when they got wise to it, they would take a nap and go, that's a sleep. I'm like, no, that's a nap. 3 nighttime sleeps. So you wake up, 2 more sleeps. Well, I took 2 naps today. Can we go now? Like, no, that's not. You said sleep. I slept. Like, no, that's not how it works. But it's the same fucking thing.
I'm going to write this down. This is important information.
Now, just so you know, Frank, that's my new fun thing. When you just did that there, I learned that on another podcast the other day. When you lift up the notebook, it covers your face because it must be like a green notebook or something.
Oh.
So all of a sudden you were invisible when you did that there. You're blending in the toilet paper very nicely.
Okay, thank you. Well, we got a delivery. I didn't know what to do with it.
You didn't know what to do. You need it now. No,
I need it. I need it now with him. Are you serious?
I just cracked into a new package of toilet paper from the first when this all started, March 14th. That's my last gig I had. I remember that day when people were getting scared, I went to Target because people were buying all the toilet paper, and I bought like one of those. You know, they have the toilet paper math. It's like, it's 18 rolls, but it's really 72 rolls. Right, whatever. Yeah. I don't know what that means. I bought that Northern whatever, the quilted.
Oh, no. You got an American brand?
I didn't give a fuck. I bought whatever. That was the one that was there. So
Northern.
I bought that one. And
Northern Wipes.
Right, whatever it was called. It was Northern. It's quilted. It was purple. I bought I even made a picture joke on Instagram, and I was like, look at me with the gold in my hands. March 14th. I finished that package yesterday. Okay, so over 2 months, almost 3 months.
3 months.
Almost, and we're not to the 14th yet. We're close. Almost 3 months, and then I have another 4-pack that'll last me a while. Now, and in the last 3 weeks, I've been running more, drinking more water, and then changing my diet, so I have been shitting more. Even then, even with the added tension,
even with added shits.
Even with added or more.
I'm impressed.
Maybe not added shits, but more wiping.
Wow,
I mean,
that's impressive.
it
I'm
got
more
through.
impressed with the fact you still using toilet paper with an American name on it. The batch behind me is from the Ukraine. I ordered
Why
that.
Ukraine?
And what?
Why would you want Eastern European wiper?
That's the only thing I could get. I was in desperate
Why? It's
shape.
everywhere. Oh, because you don't go out?
No, I mean, no, where do I go? I will not go to Walmart or a place like that. I go to Whole Food and ShopRite, and they didn't have anything. I was stuck. I had 2 weeks supply, and I didn't know where to go to. I had no place to go to. I panicked. I went online, and I found something in the Ukraine that I had to convert my dollars to rubles. I mean, it was really screwed up, but I sent the money out there. It took almost 2 months to get this fucking supply behind me.
Well, next time, guess what? You have a new connection. You call me, and I get 30% off things at my store.
All
So
right.
there you go. Now we don't always have it in stock,
Right.
but
No.
when it comes in, I just pull this package aside, and I can knock off 30%. That's my bonus I have from my job of everything in the store. So I can
your bonus gave me a boner. I mean, that is
boner
wonderful.
bonus. The old boner bonus is what you get there.
Oh, you made my day. I'm happy now.
Just let me know, but you don't need any now since you got so much behind you. You're sitting on your toilet throne.
But you never know. That second wave's coming. Remember?
Yeah, but I don't think they'll
for the football season.
No, it is. But the first wave, the scare was toilet paper.
Right.
I think that happened. Everyone's like, "Oh, we don't need to buy that much," because people are like, "That was ridiculous. We bought too much." So there's going to be some company that's smart enough to say, "This is what we need for the second." Because now they're even saying, like, we were wrong. Everything they thought is wrong.
Right.
6 feet. It could be 13 now. It's on surfaces. No, it's not on surfaces. Oh, soap works. Soap doesn't work. Hand sanitizer might spread it a little. What? It's like they didn't know what they're talking about. So next time it won't be toilet paper. It'll be like, we need toothpaste. If you don't brush your mouth enough, you got to brush your mouth for like fucking 6 minutes each time. And if you do that, then you won't have COVID. So all of a sudden, Colgate will push their shit out.
Hey, what about 6 weeks ago? Remember, we're going to run out of meats. The meat packing plants, they're all dying with COVID. We're going to run out of meats. Whatever happened with that?
Animals kept fucking.
That's right.
No one told the animals to stop fucking. So they're like, yeah, we don't know what COVID is. We're animals. They made it. Yeah, they don't know.
No, they made it through the 80s, the animals, right? Did they have safe sex? No, they fucked anything.
No, nobody had cow AIDS. There was mad cow disease, but no cow AIDS. They just had free sex. Why? Because there's no gay cows. That's what happened there. Speaking of that, we'll go to this. I think you'll enjoy this, and no one else will. Let's do my screen sharing process again. Hold on a second here. Boom. And can you see anything yet, Frank?
No.
Hold on. You should in a second.
There. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I see that. Yes.
I had to put away stuff at work, and this box came out. This is a box. It's a floaty. Now, first of all, if you look at the water, look at the size of the pool that man's in. It's a lot of water. B, I pulled it out and I put it away. The 3 boxes came in. A, the price, $34 fucking dollars for a floating rhino. Okay. Most people would get mad at me for saying this, but this is gay, right?
Well, I mean, the rhino is from the 60s. It's a psychedelic rhino.
You're older, so you think that. I look at it and say, it's a rainbow rhino.
Oh, okay.
Look at the box.
Yeah.
It's maybe it's psychedelic. Look at the guy.
Right.
The guy is the flowing blood. Most of the like you can see right next to it, off to the left, there's a little float with a kid on it. Most of the things I put away that have the floats on it are little kids. Or it's women, but they're in one pieces. It's very tasteful. It's never supposed to be sexy. It's floaties. Out of nowhere, this guy with flowing blonde hair, shirtless, riding a rhino on her in the water. Is it a gay float? Do you need a float different for? I would think. First of all, I think most floats are gay. I think that's how floats work, right? Like if you're not swimming, you're like, I like water, but I don't want to be on water. I just gotta want to be above water.
This guy wants to ride water. I mean,
he wants to ride more than water. I'm surprised he's not sitting on the front on one of the horns. But like, and there's two sizes for two holes. It's double penetration front for the thing.
You weren't there after the shoot. I think you probably took it home.
I got to give him credit, and I forgot who wrote it, but somebody on Twitter when I posted this picture said, "I don't think." Because I think this was the beginning of the photo shoot. I think there was a lot more. I go. If it was the end of one thing, it was his innocence, which definitely.
There goes your happy ending.
Oh my! But no, it's funny. Like, listen, we've all tried to do we've all as you, me, anyone entertaining have agreed to do. When I first did that thing on TLC and did that Extreme Cheapskates show. When I got in, they didn't even tell me I didn't know it was Extreme Cheapskates. I didn't know what the show was. They had me come in. They said, here's the thing, whatever. They could have put me in something and then said, here's gay man Pat Oates, and I wouldn't have known. Maybe this guy is in this picture, and they're like, what is this? Like, oh, it's for this cool action movie. And then he's just on a gay float. He's like, what the fuck? And then he's like, oh, $34. You know what? It's worth it. $34 for that. And
I'm gonna bust your bubble. That water wasn't there. The guy wasn't there. The only thing that was there was the stupid rhino. They just married him all together.
Now you know what? You and my daughter are thinking similarly. She said, if you look closely, his head looks like that's not supposed to be there. Like his face looks like it's photoshopped.
Yeah, it's a little Barry Manilow going on.
So there, you think everything's Barry Manilow going on. His face, if you do look at it closely, she's like, the face doesn't match the hair or the body or anything. So it's like maybe the guy who did it was like, don't put me in this. So they got another guy to put it in. Like, I'll go with someone else, and that's it. But now here's the thing. If I sit there and say, now that's gay, people go, how dare you? Well, no, it's marketed. I wouldn't buy that float. But if you put an attractive woman on the float, I'd probably like, oh, maybe if I buy that float, a lady will want to sit on it. If I buy that float now, and that guy shows up, I'm like, I don't know how to hang out with you. Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with what you like.
There's nothing matter with that.
Get your float on, bro. Get your float on. Do you? But I don't know why that matters. That's a weird. And now and if someone's going to say, does it matter, Pat? Well, it matters because I put those things away. When I put all the other floats on the shelves, they sell. We got one box that had 3 of them inside. I put those away early last week. It's very hot. Not one is sold. And maybe it's my placement. I put them on a bottom shelf, and a guy said to me, maybe he's not a bottom. And I thought that was very funny. And I said, well, I don't know what a bottom. He goes, no, if he was the bottom, he'd be a bear. And I'm like, no, bears can't. I go, but he's not. Maybe they should have made it a bear float because then I would have really driven home. I don't know what a rhino is in the gay community. Maybe a rhino is a fat unicorn. I know they like unicorns, and that's all a rhino is. It's like a fat unicorn.
And we know that community likes fat people.
No, do they?
Chubbies, yeah. There's that certain segment.
I think you're confusing it with black men. Black men like chubbies. Chubby whites.
Chubby, right.
Do they like chubbies? No, they're fit. Gay men are fit.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes you're attracted to the opposite. I mean, I've had it in many situations where I've been approached.
By gay men?
Yeah.
Well, me too. I suppose.
Yeah, and I'm a chubby, okay? I'm a chubby.
But I'm not now. I've lost weight.
No. But have you been approached since you lost the weight?
You know what? During the COVID, yeah, people are thirsty. I'm getting a lot of weird messages. Male, female, whatever. Because I seem like one of the survivors. On the outside, I think people think I'm doing well because I'm doing so much more content and I'm pushing up. I look like, I'm running, I'm podcasting, I'm driven. They're like, this guy gets it. I want to be around him. But my God, like this week, this whole week, probably the end of the week, my depression came back so bad. I finally posted something about it, but like, I am not doing well. I am questioning fucking everything. Like, I'm feeling forgotten, and I get it. The world is forgotten. I get it. There's no comedy, but I'm also like, oh, look, these people are doing a comedy show, or this person's saying they've got one in July. I'm not getting that call. Am I being forgotten? We do the pod. You and I do the POS thing. We put it up.
Right.
It's not anyone's fault what happened, but they said, hey, you do a POS, you can put it up on Compound. And then internal shit happened with them where they're like, we just don't have the time to focus on that because it's not one of our main objectives. So you can post it. By the way, anyone watching this, please watch me and Frank and John. It's on my YouTube, the Pat Oates channel. Go check it out, or on the Patreon, which I have posted here. Go check it out, support it. It was a very funny episode, but they couldn't put it up. And I understood. Listen, they called me and they talked to me. He was very cool about it. Explanation was all there. It's nothing against me or you or anything. It's just they didn't have the time to do it. But then my mind starts to go, well, comedy's not thinking about me. I'm put on the back burner by things that other people aren't. It's not like people reach out to me unless I reach out to them. The only way I talk to people is through podcasting. It's like, it's really, I'm running. People are like, oh, you're running to stay fit. No, I'm running to not lose my mind because I'm just stuck alone. I haven't talked about it much, and I'm not going to talk about it, but I had a breakup during this thing. So now I'm living alone because of everything with the quarantine and other shit going on. I haven't been able to see my kids much. I'm just alone. So I go to work as a way to see human beings, but that's also just a way to clear my mind. And running is just a way to get me out of the house. But when I'm home, I'm like Sam. I'm just sitting there going, I don't know what's going on. I'll just eat this food here. So I'm dieting and running just to keep my mind sane. But my main two outlets were being around my kids and having comedy. And I really haven't had either. So my mind is just like, dude, nobody wants you around. You're going to be forgotten when this is over. No one's going to hire you for comedy, and you're going to be stuck being a retail guy. And I think I'm too talented to be a fucking retail guy. And I know that's just a depression in my head, but at the same time, it's hard to overcome it with this because there's not other people to be around. And then I posted on Twitter. I won't post things on Facebook anymore. Anything with feelings, everyone's like, fuck you. You can't feel bad. You're a white male. You're not allowed to have depression. It's like, what the fuck's that have to do with anything? They're like, no one's caring about me. I would like some attention. Do a protest for my feelings. How about that? Get out there and fucking yell at people. Leave me alone. But I go on Twitter, and then the right Compound people and all them, they're like, hey, man, we get it, dude. We all have depression. Some people are like, dude, you think you're the only one? I'm like, no. That's exactly why I'm posting it, because I want to know that I'm not the only one, because it makes me feel better to know I'm not the only one feeling that way. But I do feel left out. I'm getting new listeners for the Patreon. I'm getting new listeners for the podcast, but it's never enough. I feel like I need to move to the next level. I feel like I was left out. This whole thing, it's like it's like the world and the universe didn't want me to do well, because you and I started doing the POS thing. And then what they say, well, we're working on the app. Once the app is done, once the technology is there, then we can start looking at taking on new people, new shows, whatever, and figure that out. But until then, we can't take it on yet, but we'll put it up there. We'll do the pilot. So we waited. A week before the app was done is when the beginnings of this COVID happened. And they're like, well, because of the COVID, we can't make any changes now because people are coming to the studios. We're working differently now. Until this is over, we can't do it. And then, right when people just started opening up a little bit, even though they weren't there yet, the rioting, the craziness happened, and that caused internal strife with the people that Compound. I'm not going to get into the details of that, but a lot of crazy things happen where it's like the world is on fucking fire, and right now we can't hire a new show. So it's like every time it sounds dumb to people, but that little thing, the difference between me being on Compound and having like once in a while be a guest and having a show on every week is a difference in credits for certain comedy clubs, bookers, things like that. Me building more of an audience, me building more of a following, and me getting a chance to finally perform and be in front of the people that I should have been in front of and the level I should have fucking been at a while ago. I finally found my niche to get me going, and I can't fucking get in there. And it's like, when will it end and when will it get better? You can say like, oh, when it ends, it'll get better. Who knows? Maybe they'll just say, we're not ever taking nothing again. And then I've gone down this avenue and wasted my time, and I've pushed away the other people who used to hire me because I was like, I want to move on to new things. And now I'm just lost in the fucking shuffle. And I feel like crying, or maybe sitting on a rhino with a gay man and being held because no one's fucking holding me.
All right, can I say something?
Yeah, but that was a good rant. You're supposed to clap. If you're going to clap for a nurse, clap for fucking me.
I think that was out fucking standing.
Thank you.
That was wonderful.
I miss you.
You got your 5 minutes in. It was beautiful. I love it. The only thing I'm going to tell you, I can't do anything about the past. I can't do anything about right now. But what I'm going to tell you, in 6 months, we'll be in the new normal and you'll forget about all this.
No.
You'll have other things to be upset about. No. You'll have other things to be upset about because you need something. You're like Trump. You need an enemy. You need something to be upset about.
No.
And you will be.
Here's what I've learned, Frank. I finally learned this part. I agree with you. That used to be me. Right. But when I used to always have like the thing that's pushing me or the bad thing, I learned that I couldn't sustain that. And it would slow down and have to do things. The positivity is what's driving me. I like controlling what I can do. I took the time, instead of doing the Zoom shows or doing all things the regular comedy way, I took this time to say, let me learn this. Let me learn how to the podcast. Let me learn how to make this better, build a page, all this stuff. Let me build that up. And it's like, I'm doing that to control it. But I need it. There's things I can't control that's not getting out. I can't just get it out there. I'm doing better than most of these fucking morons out there. Most people have a Patreon and they don't put a bunch of shit out. I'm putting out shit all the time. My YouTube channel, all that stuff. And it's good stuff. People that like it. And they do enjoy it and they're staying on it. But I need that fucking help. I need that fucking person to say, here's that chance. That comic that knows me that's like, hey, you know what? When we start doing new shows, come open for me for a little bit. I'll figure out a way to get to fucking Florida or Arizona. I've figured it out everywhere. Shit, I'll start running now. I'll get there. I don't fucking care. But if you give me that opportunity, I've never once been given an opportunity and I didn't fucking keep that door open myself. That's the one thing I pride myself on. When I take a stage, people remember me afterwards. When I get on people's shows, they remember me afterwards. And I just need that chance to do those things. And I get it. People are saying there's no comedy going on right now, but there fucking is. People are getting the call to be like, hey, are you available July, whatever? Are you available August, whatever? I'm not getting that call, like one or two little things, but they're not even like worth it. Like I still need it to be worth it. And the whole rest of the world, as a performer, I mean, you've seen this. They did the whole thing. We're like, well, now we have unemployment for gig workers. So just sign up for that. What they don't tell you is that if they waited so long, if you had already signed up for unemployment for your part-time job, if you had one like I did, like my radio job, that they make it impossible for you to now get your gig work unemployment. So I got unemployment pay for a job that I was working 8 hours for a week. So I got one payment, and now because I took on a part-time job, they don't give me any more unemployment. So now I don't make any money. I claim every week, but I don't make anything because I'm making the same amount. So they're like, you don't get anything. I got that one payment to help me pay bills at one time to catch up. And then I try to apply again. They go, well, now you got the gig worker thing. That's where my money comes from. That's why I asked. We had the tax forms and all that shit. And I'm like, now take care of me. Well, you've already filed for this. Yeah, that was the thing before, but you wouldn't let me file for this. And they don't take phone calls. They don't answer the emails. You have to just go, and they don't teach you how to fucking do it right. If I knew how to fucking file taxes and handle fucking paperwork, I wouldn't be a shitty fucking comic doing podcasts. I'd be smart doing well. So it's like, how would I get the money to just even fucking keep living? I'm struggling even more now. And I'm fucking brilliant. I shouldn't be struggling.
All right, you just listened to Pat Ode's Vent 2. It was, I think it measured up to the Venting 1.
It's called Venting.
He just brought new things into it. And I'm going to add to this. I'm going to tell you how screwed up the country is that my accountant called me up and said, you're a 1099 guy. You could collect. I said, what? You could collect money.
Yeah, you could.
I said, no, I'm not going to do it. I didn't do it. I mean, but just because I'm a 1099 guy, I could collect. It doesn't matter about anything else in my circle of life. But I'm a 1099 guy, right, and I'm not getting money right now. I could go in there and collect.
Right, but you have an accountant who knows how to fucking work through the shit. I'm a 1099 guy that has no idea now how to do this the proper way because when I try to sign up for it, they're like, you already did. I mean, literally, they are giving me unemployment for a job, radio, that I was doing sometimes 2 shifts a week, but usually one shot, one night. And I was doing it, and I was working like 5-6 hours. Sometimes I get a little more, but that's what they're basing it on. So I never once got a weekly payment. I only got the one time they throw you the $600, but then they take the taxes out chunk. I think I got $700, but they take the tax out. I got like $536. That covered the bills that I was building up because for 2 months I couldn't fucking pay anything. And now I'm just trying to catch up. And even working the job I am now, it's a part-time fucking job. It's just keeping me barely afloat. Now, I'm not being worried about being thrown out anywhere. Things are being paid, but it's a fucking struggle. Now, I do realize that once I start doing comedy again, I'm going to keep the fucking part-time job because I'll take the extra money and I have the time. And I'd rather just keep my mind busy and be around people. And I think that by seeing people in the retail world, it is going to help me build new material for my other stuff. And I'm going to relate. I've got new ideas and new things anyway. Gay Rhino is just one of the many things I've got there. But it just makes sense to keep working, because if I don't keep working, I'm going to get frustrated when the times that I don't get gigs, the times that I aren't working, the time the show does get canceled, at least something's coming in. But right now, it's like I've been entertaining, doing whatever, and now I can't even get the fucking money because nobody will explain to us how to fucking do it. Give me the fucking money. Listen, if I knew how to fucking do that shit, like I said before, I wouldn't be a fucking comic chasing a dream. I'd have a real job. So I don't even know how to fucking get it. It's not a vent. It's not a vent. This is my fucking podcast, Frank. This is the car rides we do. These aren't vents. This is how I talk. I talk for a bunch, and then someone else talks for a little, and then I wait for them to shut the fuck up, and then I tell you more stuff. You know how it is. You just forgot because we haven't had car rides in a while.
I keep on forgetting I'm not dealing with Sam.
No, but I'm going to die first.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to outlive me. And remember, your head.
Well, I hope so. There. That's not comforting. I'm going to outlive you. How the fuck's that comforting?
Don't forget. Keep the next 2 years open.
Yeah, when you first started saying, hey, listen, in 6 months, you're going to tell me you died too? And Sam spent all my fucking will money? Fuck you, Sam.
I just want to make it to, I always said this. I got 2 years to go to make it to 80. Listen, just want to make it to 80, and
I want you to make it
my time.
So we get the show on Compound. I want us to have the show on there, which is a regular show. Because if you're on for a couple weeks and then you die, oh my God, the fucking viewers will go up like crazy. And then I'll have a search for my next old man. And the next old man search will be a big fucking contest, and people come in and fill in. I'll a bunch of them battle it out. And I need that. But if we only have one episode in the fucking can and one on YouTube, no one's going to be invested in it.
See, you said you don't know what you're going to do. Your life is planned already on Compound. Right, but, what you're going to do. All you want me to do is make the first couple of shows, and then.
But what?
Then your next 2 years are all set, looking for a replacement.
Right, but think about what I just said. I have a plan, like I said, but I can't control it happening because they won't put us on there because there's too much of the world on fucking fire.
But you know that's going to change. I mean, that will change.
I don't think it's gonna. The world's not going to change. I think people like me, the unknown, working hard people, we're fucked. Unless you're kissing somebody's fucking ass, and then they'll just throw you some gigs and go, we'll put you on this thing or that thing because you're taking care of me or you tell me I'm great. I'm just tired of kissing people's ass. I worked too fucking hard. And yeah, I did it for a while. I would tell people, oh, you're really good at this now, or you're doing good. Thanks for the thing. But I'm tired of it. I'm tired of bookers telling me how to speak or what to do. I'm funnier than you. I know what I'm doing. The people when I'm on a stage, nobody complains. Now, if you sit there over, no, it is. It's like those lifeguard people that watch words and don't listen to content. They're like, well, he's saying that word. That's bad. That's going to bother someone. Are you hearing the people? They're laughing. They're enjoying. They like it. You're getting too worried. So don't fucking tell me what to do. And I'm tired of fucking catering to those people or them telling me how to be. I finally found people like Compound and those fans and stuff like that. And the other people, like I was a guest on the Ski Mask Collective podcast. The guy wears a ski mask. He's fucking funny. He's a fan of like Kevin Brennan and stuff like that. And he's from Texas. And he's like, I like the way you just talk and say whatever. I'm finding people that enjoy what I do. But the problem is that I need to get in front of them more so I can be me. Until I have recognition, until I have a bit of a name, a little bit of worth, I won't be allowed to be me. I just have to be the one that fucking, goes in how they want me to. And yes, sir, I'll do the jokes for you, sir. All right, I won't tell the joke about grandma's fucking today, sir. Fuck you. I like my grandma fucking joke. Everybody likes my grandma fucking joke. Grandma's fuck. I'm bringing it to their attention. It's a new take. It's not hack. Your grandma always fucked. Her grandma fucked. Let me do my jokes. I just need to be in a lane. I'm too fucking old to fucking conform to things. And now we have to start all over again. We're going to have to start over. I'll have to go to open mics. People are like, well, I don't know about, I want to just put my friends now or this thing or what can you do for me? It's going to be all that barter trading shit now because they're starting over.
You're going negative. Be positive.
Yes.
You said that you were positive. You're no longer negative. But what the hell are you talking about?
I'm
about
positive.
Failing in the future.
I'm positive bad shit's going to happen. People are forgetting me, and they're not. Listen, all my likes are down. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have unfollowed me or just tired of me because they're tired of me promoting. Everyone else is like, I care about riots or I care about lives. I care about protesting. I care about COVID. I care about masks. And I'm like, hey, I'm putting out products. I'm working hard. I'm running. They're like, we don't want that shit. That's about you. We can't fucking argue about that. And we can't get fake likes and fake attention and pretend like we have friends and matter. We can't do that with your shit. So everybody unfollowed me because my 50, 60, 100 likes have gone down to 4. Fucking 4 on fuck you Facebook. Twitter it's built up, but they're just like, we're tired of you. You're just tired of me. I'm putting out content, baby. I'm working hard. I'm the James Brown of bald white men.
I just watch you change 3 different shades of red.
Oh, it's just the lighting. It's the lighting. I'm always one shade of mad.
All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're positive about something.
Yes.
About your negativity. Of your failing in the future.
You know what I'm positive about? I'm positive that I'm doing all the things I can. I'm positive that I am good at what I do. I'm positive that I'm going to get even better. I'm positive that I have AIDS. These are the things I'm positive about.
Why do you have to take, 100% of what you do, 80% of it now is positive, but that 20% that's a little negative. You got to work on getting rid of that negativity because you are talented. You got a future. We still don't know where it is. Is it radio? Is it television? Is it comedy? You'll find it. We just need venues. We need venues in the future to go to.
We need a backyard. I saw people doing it. We need a backyard. We need somebody with a backyard who's away from the main streets, who not even like a restaurant. We need a backyard where someone's like, hey, I'll allow 30 people to chill in my backyard. We'll do a secret thing, like you and me, and we'll get one other person. We just tell people, if you want to know the location, if you want to know where it is, message us. We'll send you this thing. Come on out, and we ask for donations. You just come, watch whatever, BYOB, whatever you want to do. We hang out here. We'll have hand sanitizer. Bring your own mask if you feel like you want to have. If not, we'll space out chairs, and then you and I, and we'll get another guy, work out material and have fun. And then we start to do that way. We start to build up a little thing. Teach them there's comedy. Some of the people we invite secretly are people that own venues, restaurants, things like that, and go, we could do this at your location, outside, for whatever. And they're like, we could do it at a certain time, whatever, when you want people to come out and sit there. Because, listen, it's way better. I live in Ansonia, Connecticut. You know where I live. Listen, if you're in Westport where you are, I'm sure there's nice restaurants with great outside patios, and it's fun to be outside. These fuckers, these no-neck fucking valley fuckers are now sitting outside on Main Street, Ansonia, which looks like Back to the Future when they went back in time, but shittier. And they're going through, and I'm trying to walk to the store or take a run, and now they're looking at me because I'm running through their restaurant because their restaurant is the fucking sidewalk because these no-neck fucks are eating linguine on a street where there's no view. Who the fuck wants to sit on that street? You know what you need? You need to take a parking lot, put me on the stage over there, little area, and then I'll tell you jokes in the parking lot. We'll do it that way. Then you eat your food, not in the fucking sidewalk like a fucking asshole. You're a pigeon. Be a person. Don't be a pigeon. Don't eat on the sidewalk. Pigeons eat on the sidewalk, not people. We need to find a backyard, a place to start, and then move that way. That's what we need to do.
All right, I'll start putting out some feelers. That's a good idea. It is a starting point.
We have the sound system. We have the ability to do all that. You and I just work out material. We don't even need a third person, but we could get someone else just to have fun with it. Shit, I know some comics that would be fun, surprise. Guys I would get from New York that would easily come down and be funny and be a surprise. People go, holy shit, that person's here because people want to come out and do things. We can do it. And I think it's better to do it in Fairfield County because there, at least we get the New York people that weren't so worried about coming in and out. And also because the more we get into my area, the more trash will come to a show.
Right.
And we don't need trash.
Right.
We need people that want to enjoy, but also support. We need them to donate. We can't ask for a ticket price, but we can say, hey, you donate. People in Faribault County would donate. Trash people be like, yo, man, can I get the cans from that guy's beer? I want to return the cans. So I'm like, no, fuck you. That's my pay. I get the can. I get the cans.
We're not looking for that. Plus, excuse me. Also, I made a commitment to myself once all the restaurants open up, I'm going to look for another venue. Another venue. We need another Dante's.
But you got to start looking now.
Yeah.
You can't wait till they open up. You've got to start messaging them now because they want ideas. So, hey, when you open back up, even at small capacity, I'd like to start bringing comedy. It'd be a good way to get people to come out and do things. The comics are hungry. They'll come out. I think the best way for people to do it is you approach people with an open mic or a showcase first, but also do shows down the road. But right now, patio people are open to shows. They are open to it. People that have patio or a backyard or something like that, they are open to putting it on. They just don't know who to reach out to or how to pull it off. Now, they're also afraid of budgets. So, therefore, you're like, hey, listen, I know you're only working at 30% or this, whatever. We're not going to ask for this crazy budget. We just need this X amount plus, whatever. And if we could do that, or give us more opportunity, let's do one once every other week. Let's do one twice a month or something so we get people the idea of doing it.
Right.
So we can call a buck. We won't ask you for a ton of money, but something so we can start letting people know that, hey, we're out here, we're laughing, doing that.
Comedy's back.
Or at least you and I are. Fuck comedy. Just you and me. And we work on our shit, and then we bring in someone else. We got a third person each time, where you and I have fun, do this kind of thing, and then we bring up someone else who's going to be funny. They're not going to look for an hour and a half. People are just looking to escape. We need vineyards. We need fucking bougie wine fuckers. We need them. We
should have wine tasting and comedy.
There you go.
Marry it together.
Yeah, we'll call it Swish and Spit. You're putting it out, and you're like, you're laughing so hard, you spit out the wine at the joke. Swish and Spit's the name of the fucking thing. The Swish and Spit comedy tour. And people think that's our comedy names. Like, which one's Swish?
Swish and Splish and
Spit.
And Spit.
When I was a kid, in I remember it was like fourth grade, they did the fluoride. They would have all the kids, they would, during the morning, they would bring in the fluoride, a cart would come in, and they'd make us all rich. That was like, remember like during that time, there was a big push. It was like in the 80s, you got to do the fluoride. The fluoride's big for your teeth and your mouth and all that. So they would do it in schools. Now, a lot of schools called it fluoride or, dental, whatever. In Cheshire, I'm not kidding, they called it Swish and Spit. And they would come out, it's time for, I'll always remember that. They called it fucking Swish and Spit. And they would come in with this, and if you were one of the nerdy kids, you got to go down to the nurse and fill up the little paper cups, little tiny little paper shot glass, and then now they put Jell-O shots in. They would fill that up. They'd bring it to you, and they'd wheel it in, and then each kid would get one, and you'd have to do it, or you yell, and you'd go, and then you spin it back in the cup and put it on the thing.
Back in the cup. It's going to splatter.
No, that was bigger. It was a little bigger than the thing. It didn't splatter. You spin it back in. You could make a mess, and then you'd clean your mouth, and then the person would wheel that back, and some janitor would have to throw it out. And that was a thing we did in school. Swish and Spit, it was called.
Who had that job, wheeling that cart around?
No, believe me, people fought for that one because you had to leave class.
Oh.
You didn't care if you were fucking shoveling spit. You didn't care if you were fucking the Uber to gross. You just brought it out because you were happy that you were allowed to go walk away and come back, whatever, and leave class. And you felt like you were like, I'm like a teacher now because I take the spit.
That's right.
Oh, everything about it was wrong and COVID-y and gross. You couldn't do that. You couldn't just spit and shit and pass it back. But I remember that. I was always remember the name. And I've told this, I thought that was the name worldwide. So they're like, wait, why are you calling it that? I'm like, that's what it was written on the board. 9 a.m. Swish and Spit. 10 a.m. reset. It would say Swish and Spit with the fancy and. What was that called? The ampersand. The Swish and Spit. We that was the name of it, which is a fucking brutal name. But that's
I liked it. I wrote it down. I like the name of it. I think
it's probably going to be the name of this podcast, Frank. Swish and Spit will probably be the fucking name of this thing.
That's it. Yeah.
So what are we gonna do? We're gonna try to put on shows.
Right. We're gonna try to get another venue. We're gonna try even the backyard. Try to find a backyard down here someplace.
Do you think you and I should just keep doing POSs to stay in mode? I can keep booking them, and we just put them on YouTube or put them on the Patreon.
Yeah.
And you can help me post them and get them out there. We just keep doing them anyway.
Yeah. Let's build an audience another way. that way.
So they can come with us when we do it. Maybe we
then
should do that more.
Once we're back on compound, then we have a built-in audience that will follow.
Hopefully, but if not, at least it will feel like we're building that.
Okay.
I need more fucking things. Now, yeah, I need money for those things, but right now I need more fucking things because my outlets are getting to one side. At first, it was like building all this stuff up, and now it's just becoming, I'm getting good at it, but I need those other ways. I don't like, a lot of people I know are like, oh, so when you talk on the podcast, do you cover something that becomes a joke? And you know me, I usually don't put those two together. I like separating that.
They are separated.
I like using one thing. If I get a thought, I go, this either fits podcasting or this fits comedy.
Right.
I don't like doing them because it feels ill. I don't know. I don't like doing it that way. So that's not me. I have a lot of thoughts that I can become jokes that I am missing out on right now. And I also just really miss the fucking feeling of being on a stage and feeling all those people laugh, groan, whatever together. Like they're all a group and I'm controlling their fucking mood, their feeling, and I'm getting off on that fucking feeling. I don't get that through this. This is nice, it's fun, but I don't fucking get that any fucking where else.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, and it's coming. It's slowly going to come, and you're going to get it. You're going to get that first rush, whatever it may be. May it either comics or some open mic that you're at. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and that's going to propel you forward.
Listen, that shit's in the past. And yes, I'll have to take on that stuff. But I want to get it to that next fucking level. And I felt like I was fucking getting there. Finally, after 12 years of fucking struggle and toil and all this shit in my life, finally, I was getting there, and then some fucking chink had to chop on a Dracula soup and ruin goddamn everything for me. And now I fucking can't do it because some guy couldn't just fucking have some beef jerky and fucking ruin the fucking world. And then everybody got scared of that. Put masks on. They got worried about people. It's like, fuck, I had so many gigs. Do you understand how busy my March, April, and May were? Like, and I also had private gigs June and July where I was getting way too much money to do like private parties, roasts. That was like there was a bank executive who wanted me to shit on his brother, and I was getting good money for it. That's gone. And those things aren't going to come back. Those things aren't going to fucking, we'll go revisit it. The world's different now. They're like, that doesn't matter anymore. And everyone took the money they had for me and gave it to fucking some takeout restaurant they barely gave a fuck about because that was the thing to do. Let's help out Jimmy's Steak Hut because Jimmy's Steak Hut has always been a staple in our community. Fuck you. I'm a staple in your fucking ears. I was making you laugh way more than that fucking overcooked steak boy and his stupid sandwiches. Why did takeout? You should have given me all your money. I'm always poor. I've talked about it. I don't stop talking about it. Give me that restaurant. They own a restaurant. They're already better than me.
They were better than you.
They're still better. Now they're heroes. They're heroes, Frank. They're heroes because they flip burgers. They're heroes because they can now send you the food. Contactless delivery. Yeah, it's just called leaving shit on a step. It's fun. I can do that. I can stay on your steps and not touch you and tell you a joke. Have me come tell you a joke. I'll do it, but I want to do it live. Give me your money. I have a Venmo. I have a PayPal. I have a Patreon. If you feel like you don't want to just give me money, go to the Patreon, which is right here. You'll get content. You can do it for as little as $3 a month, and you can get this, me just complaining about me. And you might be like, well, that's very selfish, Pat. Why aren't you talking about the real issues? Because I don't give a fuck about the real. Pat lives matter. That's the life that matters. Pat lives matter. This guy, Pat. That's what matters to me. It's my fucking life. The other people, I'm sorry for the things that happened to you. Boo to the who. Give me money. I'm entertaining you. No, I'm not done. No, I'm done.
All right, you finished. All right, listen.
Yes.
I just thought of something.
Okay.
Why go after the small bucks at $2 a pop a month?
It's $3 a month. Frank,
$3 a month. Frank,
that's the first tier. You can give more.
First tier. Right. Go after the big guys. Go after the bankers. Go after the doctors. Get the ones that are going to commit to $100 a month. That's what you need.
Frank,
don't go for 100 people. Go for 5 people.
Frank, I'm going after them. Have you ever heard my thoughts? It's not really pro-rich people.
I know. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
But they would like to live in that world. They don't want to. They want to visit that world. They don't want to be in that world.
Frank,
and you give them that exit.
But this proves you're not listening to my pitch. It's as little as $3 a month.
Right.
There's a $10 tier. There's a $20 tier. And there's a $925 pay my rent tier. That's a real tier. It's on there. If you go sign up and you want to be that person, without a doubt, no one's done it yet. But if you want to, every month you can pay my fucking rent. It says pay my rent. That's on there. So if you want to be that person, you can fucking feel good. I want to fucking help a charity. There's no better charity than this one. I put the pat in pathetic. Give me your fucking money. I also put the pat in Patreon. I also put the pat me on the back and hand me money, and I'll step and fetch and dance for you. Whatever you want to give me. Yeah, people that have no money, the people that are supporting me, are still giving me $3 a month, and that's nice. And every month it helps out. It helps support me, put the podcast in. It basically pays for the housing of the podcast on Libsyn, and then the housing of it for Zoom, because I got to pay for those fucking things so I can make sure we have shows and stuff. So I'm not getting any of the money. So I want more people to get on board, because I'm enjoying that people actually are taking some solace and time to listen to me, to give me a distraction, because they're like, well, at least this guy's going to complain about shit that doesn't matter at all and not make the world sad. Now, I'm not going to show you videos of kneeling on a neck. I don't care about that. I'm sorry about your neck. But at the same time, I'm going to complain about me and how I'm going to fucking afford razors to shave my neck, because even though I like a long beard, I don't like hair on my neck. I like to look smooth. So I got to take care of that. So give me money. $3 buys me razors.
I didn't realize you had that tier to pay your rent. I didn't realize that. You need a marketing tool. That's all
Frank,
you need.
Frank, believe me, I started talking about it at the beginning. It was actually, know what this means, Frank? This means that you have not been listening to my podcast.
No, I forget. I'm known to forget things.
I would put an ad at the beginning of them on the audio part where it did say all the tiers and all that. And there were people, literally other comics, where I'm not going to name names, but literally other comics, not because I don't care about them, I just don't fucking care. But like, complaining and saying, oh, look at Pat, fucking why he can't pay his rent, so now he's begging. It's a joke.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, if someone does it, it's hilarious. But literally, there's a $3, a $10, a $20, and then paying my rent $925. It's obviously a joke. It was just a funny thing that I watched people do all these crazy tiers. And if someone did it, fuck it, I'm not going to complain. That's fantastic. You didn't even do 1 month.
But it is a joke. Yes, it is a joke.
Pull out at any time. Now, you would get whacked with it right away. My old way the Patreon started, I did it where if you signed up today, it didn't charge you till the beginning of the next month. But then I watched a couple people do the sneaky. They popped in, they listened to a couple episodes of people they wanted to hear, and then they fucking sneaked out without paying me anything.
No.
Well, listen, maybe they were ready. I don't think they were doing it to be dickheads. One person was doing it just to fuck with me because I saw their email address. But like, so I changed the setting. So now the second you sign up, you get charged right away. So if you did do it, you couldn't do it as a joke. You'd get whacked for $925. But I'm not going to lie to you. It would just go to rent. It wouldn't go anywhere else. I'll send you the receipt of when I send my landlord the check. I'll show you a copy. That's where it would go, everybody. But no, I've been pushing that. But people are like, he's just begging for money. It's a joke. But at the same time, what's the difference between me doing that or asking for $3? Who cares where the money's going? It's going to me.
Right.
There's nothing about me that doesn't scream selfish. I'm out there. My podcast is named after me. The Compound Show is named after me. I name everything after me. I complain about me. I whine about me. It's me, me, me. I don't try to put on here's Pat's thoughts on movies. Fuck you. I don't do cinema and dumb shit or fucking wacky things or takes. It's about me. And if you're not on board with it, then don't listen. I get it. But if you're on board, pay my rent.
You're classic. I mean, you got it. People, go out there and support this man. Pat Oates' lives does matter.
Pat lives matter.
What? It does matter. Go to Patreon. Sign up. Don't go for the $900. Go for the $20 platform. I think it's wonderful. You'll support his comedy. You'll support him. You'll feel better.
If you were a nurse and this was 7 o'clock, I would clang pans for you and clap because that was beautiful and I support you. Wonderful in every way. Now I don't know if I should call this podcast Pat Lives Matter or Swish and Spit. I know it's always what to call it. I think Pat Lives Matter would get me in trouble. I would. Because you make any joke about that, people get mad. Here's the thing that really bothers me too. And I'm not getting too much into this because we're almost done in time and I'll be complaining about other stuff. But the people that were complaining about jokes, about words, about things hurting. You can't say that. That hurts people's feelings, Pat. That side, that crazy left side that was doing that, are the people that are rioting and hurting people. So wait, which one? You can't do both. Like, fucking, that's hurting way more than my joke about if Eskimos don't exist. You know what I mean? You can't say that, Pat. They do exist. That hurts that Eskimo's feelings. But you could go fucking throw a rock through someone's house or fucking beat up a guy who owns a hardware store because you think he might be a guy that's good for rioting. He has nothing to do. He just owns a business. Like, everyone just wants to be involved. I'm getting attention for hating words. I'm getting attention for breaking windows. I'm getting attention. I need the attention. I'm better with the attention than you are. You sit there, you give me attention. I deserve the attention. You deserve the attention, Frank. We deserve attention, not these fucking people who don't know what to do. We know how to act. I know my brand. It's being angry and selfish, and also loving and endearing and classically handsome. That's what I'm working on here. I'm not this crazy person that's going to say one thing. I might be an idiot, but I'll be 100% that idiot through and through, even when you prove me wrong. I will stick to my guns, even when my guns stop firing. And I don't even believe in guns. I believe in people that believe in guns, but I don't like guns because I know I would shoot myself in the foot. That's what I know about it. I don't want a gun because I would get hurt with it because that's how my life works. But if you need a gun, have a gun. I believe in people's beliefs. Not that I don't believe in guns. I don't think guns are Santa. I know guns are real. But I mean, I would never personally have a gun. But if you need to have a gun, have a gun. I got your back on that one. But I also believe in you not wanting to have guns. I also don't give a fuck about guns. And I also give a fuck about guns. Therefore, my opinion will only matter to me. Pat Oates.
Why are we talking about guns?
Because I know half my listeners and they all like guns.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I pack a gun once in a while. You know?
Do you have a gun?
Yeah.
Do you have are you allowed to have it?
No.
Nice. I like that. You're just like, why you get a secret?
I got it from my grandmother. That's what she willed me when she died.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So how old is that gun?
That gun, let's see, it goes back to the 20s. She got it in the 20s from Al Capone. And
she didn't get a gun from Al Capone.
I'm telling you, I got pictures of her with Al Capone.
Yeah, but do you have a picture of her getting the gun from Al Capone?
Not the gun, but her and Al Capone. I mean, the story goes that she had a pool hall in the 20s after her husband died. Her husband was run over by a trolley car. He was tied to the tracks, and the cop said it was an accident.
Wait. Is your grandmother's husband? That's your grandfather.
Yeah, my grandmother's husband. Yeah,
your
my mother's father. Yeah,
your grandfather.
Yeah.
Why are you not using that term?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. And so
Grandpa got run over by a what?
Yeah. So it happened to make a living. She knew people in that certain element, and she opened up a pool hall where she cooked in the back, in the kitchen. And Capone, when he came in from Chicago, would always go see her, and she would cook for him. She was a great cook. And so he gave her a gun because she had this pool hall in downtown Manhattan. And so she told me before she died, she says, I had this gun in my box, in my closet. And she says, when I'm no longer here, I want you to have it. And so I took it. I never used it. I don't even know if it's got bullets in it. I never looked at it. But I had.
Yeah, but you have it's probably. I mean, I don't know how guns work, but that seems like an old ass gun. And I also like the Al Capone's like, hey, I like the sauce. It's a good sauce. Here's a gun. Here's a gun for you.
But here's a guy misunderstood. He had some problems with his taxes.
Was he misunderstood?
He had problems with his taxes. I mean, and at that time they did not have any forensic accountant tax lawyers, so he was screwed.
Yeah. Like the John Mulaney joke where he's like, I like back in the day when there was no forensics and you could just, and criminals cared solo, right, just in suits. They go, it's like Golden Joe and the Suggins gang. And they would write that in bullets on a wall and go, hello. It's like, that was a good time.
Yeah.
All right, Frank, where can they follow you?
Follow me.
Twitter,
Facebook,
Instagram, all that fun stuff.
I got Frank Behavior at Instagram. Frank, I think it's Frank Murgalo on Facebook, on Twitter. I'm not sure. Not big on Twitter. And I'll be at Mohegan Sun July 16th with Mr. Pat Oates.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I know they're saying that, but we'll see. Are you sure it's July 16th?
Yeah.
Because I know I don't want to get too much of this, but he did post about the regular schedule and then said the regular schedule of everything's going to start again. I thought July 22nd, the following week, but maybe he just means for the Wednesdays.
If you go on their menu on the calendar, we're booked there. I even have the comics down. Right. And on that.
All right.
And
So people, you want to see my first, right now, that's my first thoughts. You want to see my first thoughts on the stage, July 16th, 10 p.m. Comics, Mohegan Sun, Comics Comedy, whatever. It's at Mohegan Sun. Come on out. It's a late show, but you're not working. You're fucking stuck in your home. You're not allowed to do things. Come on out.
Oh, we definitely have fun.
More importantly, go watch POS, the second episode. It's on my YouTube channel, Pat O2. Subscribe to that. We're getting a lot of billing now. I also dropping all the podcasts on there. A lot of good content's on there. But go watch the show. Maybe we'll put out more. Support the Patreon if you will. It's right there. I'm now whoring out so much. I changed my background logos. You can see it. You could pay $3. If you're a banker, $10. If you're a doctor, $20. If you're a Jew, $925, give it to me. I've always believed that there was a fucking Holocaust. Right, Jew? Yes, I'm not a denier. I'm in. Give me your $925. Frank, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks, Pat. It was a blast. Thank you.
Wasn't it a blast?